Hey, what's going on, real estate investors? I'm Aaron Nelson. I'm the founder and principal of White Coat Holdings. We're a real estate company that purchases large apartment complexes all throughout the United States. And I'm here today to talk to you about something that's really important, and that's a unique way that we as real estate investors can help fight the national housing crisis through something called adaptive reuse. With that, let's dive in. So, as most of you know, unfortunately, we have a housing crisis right now in the United States. And earlier this year, the National Multifamily Housing Council put out a study that states the United States needs about 4.3 million more apartment units by 2035 to keep up with demographics and affordability. And unfortunately, as we know, apartments don't really grow on trees. And even worse, with the rising cost of land, labor, and materials, it's nearly impossible for developers to construct new workforce housing where your average family making $50, $60, maybe even $70,000 a year can easily afford to rent. In fact, almost all new construction right now, especially in high-priced markets, is high-end A-class apartment buildings with target rents of $2,500 to $3,000 per month. And so as a community, we have to get creative. And one of the ways that we can do this is a process called adaptive reuse, which is really just reusing an existing building for a purpose other than what it was originally built or designed for. And in a way, it's kind of like recycling, in that we are taking something old and remaking it, reusing it, and converting it into something that fulfills a better need for us right now. So one example of adaptive reuse is converting a motel into an apartment complex. And so you can take a typical 300 square foot motel room and turn it into a full-on studio unit by installing a kitchenette with a cooktop, a microwave, and a refrigerator, and also doing some venting and things like that. Or you could potentially even combine two of the rooms together to create a full 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom unit that gives somebody a really nice place to live. A few weeks ago, we actually had an opportunity to meet with one of our partners and walk a couple of the active projects. Let's take a look.
It's all just demoed right now.
So are you combining any of the units like we're doing potentially for the ones?
No, this is all studios. There was previously a lot of rental activity going on. It's a typical 1-star, 2-star hotel. It's responsible for 4% of the city of Fife's police call volume annually. Just this property.
Away. So you can see these are the plumbers that are getting finished out. They're finished up through the breezeway right now. So we have the kitchens along this wall, and we chose to put in a dividing wall just to separate the space a little bit because we have the room.
Okay.
Leaving a
So they're kind of more junior ones then.
yeah, kind of juniors, exactly. But we were able to pretty efficiently get plumbing access to all the units because every 4-unit stack requires 1 trench cut. Then it can serve the top 2, the bottom 2 each side. So you'll see how this got into the main, and the plumbers hooked it up. And
Obviously, a lot of great work being done there. Now, there are some other considerations to take into account when doing these conversions. For example, we'll need to hire an architect and work with the local planning and development department of the city to get the project approved. We also may need to bring the property up to current energy code and also up to current fire code. And that could mean installing things like fire sprinkler systems, which can get very expensive. But at the end of the day, if we can buy these buildings right and in a way that allows us to implement these value-add renovations, we can create a really nice win-win-win situation for the community, for the future tenants that are going to live in that building, and then also for us as real estate investors. And it's one way that we can work together to make the communities that we know and love a better place to live. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I'm Aaron Nelson with White Coat Holdings, and for more great content, please be sure to visit www.whitecoatholdings.com. Again, that's www.whitecoatholdings.com. Thanks so much, and I'll talk to you soon.